Nothing says summer like a day out sailing or motoring on the beautiful Barnegat Bay, the Atlantic Ocean, or one of Ocean County's rivers or lakes. Watch our next story to find out how to have fun and be safe on the water.
Hi, I'm Ralph Bertini. When I'm not producing or directing segments for Best Years, you'll find me aboard my sailboat Mistress on Barnegat Bay. Whether you're floating along with the breeze or under power. If you live in Ocean County, odds are you'll spend some time boating. All the experts agree proper planning, preparations, and education are a must to ensure the safety of boaters and their passengers. The Coast Guard Auxiliary provides courtesy boat inspections to help boaters ensure safety on the water by checking the vessel's key safety equipment.
There's a booklet that the federal government puts out, federal requirements for safety tips. And what we do is we have a form that we go through and we look at all of the safety equipment on the boat. And we check not only that you have the safety equipment, but all the equipment is not expired and it's in good shape. And then we issue a vessel exam courtesy decal that goes on the boat. So the Coast Guard and the state police, when they see you and they see that current decal, they know you have had a safety check recently.
The benefit of it is you can look over your boat yourself. To have a trained person look over it, you know that everything's working properly. And when you're out there and there's not help near you, you know that all your safety systems are in order.
The New Jersey State Marine Police and the United States Coast Guard protect the boating public through enforcement of marine safety regulations and regularly check vessels for compliance with proper safety equipment.
There's two key steps for a boater to take so he's safe on the water. The first part is education, and we'd like to commend the New Jersey State Marine Police and the Coast Guard Auxiliary in implementing the statewide program to make sure that every boater that's operating has taken the appropriate courses. Regardless of whether you're going out to just test your boat for a power trial or if you're going out in the day to have fun with your family, you always want to check your boat and make sure that you have all your required equipment on board.
As owner of the Silver Cloud Harbor Marina in Forked River, Dave Giambetti knows just about everything there is to know about boating in Barnegat Bay. To him, boating safety starts at the dock.
Well, when they start the season, they should check over all the safety equipment on their boat, make sure it's current. Flares have the right expiration date. Bilge pumps all work. Seacocks work. Their fuel lines are tight. There's no fuel leaking. Those are a few things that are pretty important. Well, first off, you should never leave the dock without enough life jackets and for every person on board. And not only just having the life jackets on board, it's very important that you explain to your guests and your crew how to use the life jackets, as well as just having them in a drawer. You should go over a man overboard drill with folks before you leave the dock so they know where everything is. They should try a life jacket on so they understand how to put it on in case of emergency, because in case of emergency it's always more difficult than just sitting at the dock.
One of the biggest things with life preservers is where you store them. If you store them in a wet environment, they could become waterlogged and not provide the appropriate buoyancy. You always want to check the straps to ensure that they're not ripped or torn, which will prevent the life preserver from coming off you in the event you need to use it while inside the water.
You should also file a float plan so people know where you're going. Float plan is really nothing more than a piece of paper that tells us what kind of boat you're in, how many people are on the boat, what kind of safety gear you have, what kind of range your boat has, what location you're going to. If you're going out fishing to the canyons, which canyon are you going to? It's very important that we have at least a good idea where to start to look for you.
If you find yourself that's in an emergency situation, the first thing you want to do is notify somebody over Channel 16. The Coast Guard monitors Channel 16 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You want to also give your position immediately in case you lose radio communications and can't get it out. The next thing you want to do is ensure that all members on board your vessel put on their life jackets.
Aside from personal safety, boaters have another responsibility to the fragile environment. Giambetti knows this better than most. Silver Cloud Harbor was billed the first clean marina by the state of New Jersey, a designation he holds with pride.
Well, everybody thinks a clean marina is nothing more than clean rocks and nice facilities. That's part of it. Most important thing is we do have a rule sheet developed that all our customers get every year, so they understand what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do. All our employees are trained to see if they see something that isn't correct, they go up to the customers and explain to them the proper way of doing things. Well, we can minimize our impact. You know, if you bring it out on the water, you bring it back from the water to dispose of things properly. We have a recycling program in place that we recycle not just oil, but we recycle batteries, mercury switches, zincs, as well as the aluminum, paper, and glass. Well, actually, it makes me feel very, very proud. Our employees work very hard to get this designation, and Silver Cloud Harbor Marina was the first and really the only one that actually qualified. It took us close to 2 years to qualify for the designation of Clean Marina.
By learning as much as you can about boating, having the proper safety equipment, and following the rules, you'll have a safe, happy day on the water. See you out there.
For more information on safe boating, you can visit the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary at www.cgaux.org, the Silver Cloud Harbor Marina at www.forkedrivermarinas.com, or the National Safe Boating Council at www.safeboatingcouncil.org. When we return, the Ocean County College Arts and Community Center takes center stage. Stay tuned.